Hello, my name is Andrew Shank, and today I will be talking about the amazing Olympic National Park. But it has been seen as amazing well before it became a park. There has been clear evidence that ancient peoples lived in the area to hunt and live, as well as Native Americans. Native Americans use this area for hunting, fishing, and even spiritual journeys. This is the picture of a spear point found in a 12,000-year-old mastodon near the park. This proves that people have inhabited the area for a very, very long time. Here is a picture of what appears to be the remains of a 3,000-year-old weaved basket found within the park. Also found within the park on the coastline is old artwork done by Native Americans. This artwork depicts what looks like fish or whales, proving they used the area to gather food. The first act to preserve this beautiful place was in 1897 when President Grover Cleveland created the Olympic National Reserve. It remained the Olympic National Reserve until 1938 when President Theodore Roosevelt signed legislation and made it the Olympic National Park. The Olympic National Park is roughly 1,400 square miles of land located in northwest Washington on the Olympic Peninsula. This means it is in the farthest northwestern part of the country. Ranging from coast to mountains, there are three main parts to the Olympic National Park. The first would be the rugged, wild coastline. Second would be the luscious green forests. And third would be the large, magnificent Olympic Mountains. In a country where the coastline is generally considered prime real estate, the Olympic National Park has more than 60 miles of coastline that is unchanged by man. One of the most beautiful parts of the coast is the tide pools. The Olympic National Park has tons of tide pools constantly changing from the tide. It is amazing how many things can live in one small tide pool. The most common organisms in these tide pools are sea urchins, sea stars, anemones, sea snails, barnacles, small clams, and even tube worms. The two most popular sites for tide pools in the park are Callalocks Beach 4 and Mora's Hole in the Wall. Other prevalent sites on the coastline are the driftwood and sea stacks coming from the ocean. This image on the coastline in the park proves that Native Americans used the land to gather food for a very long time. Native Americans on the peninsula live mainly along the river and coast, taking advantage of what the water had to offer. Although they did hunt other things, Indians around the area fished and gathered food from the beach quite often.